Kia ora team, my name's Ben. Now let's talk acute soft tissue injuries. So you roll your ankle, you pull your hammy, what do we do? The old school way was RICE, rest, ice, compression, elevation, looking to try to stop inflammation. But that's old school now, so we get rid of that because inflammation is a natural part of our healing process and it's normal and we need it. So we're not trying to stop inflammation. What we do want to say is avoid harm. Heat is going to increase blood flow to the area, but during an acute injury, we're probably going to have bleeding in the tissue. So we don't want to increase the bleeding and making it worse. Alcohol is the same thing. It's going to increase bleeding in the area and also help us make poor choices. So we want to avoid this in the early stages. Running or any increased activity. Same principle. Increased activity, increased blood flow, increased bleeding, increased problem. And also we're going to increase the likelihood of re-injuring it and making it worse. And massage. So if you imagine a soft tissue injury is just like if you cut yourself. We get bleeding, we get swelling, and then that has to clot. And if we get on top of a scab and we start rubbing the heck out of it, we're just going to knock the top of the scab off and we're going to start bleeding again. So step one, we avoid harm. So the next thing we do to replace our rice, we want peace and love. Isn't that lovely? So peace is the super acute phase, 1 to 3 days. And what is peace? Peace is we want to protect the area. So let's not move it excessively and let's protect it from further damage. A small tear, if we put it in the wrong situation, can turn into a large tear. So let's restrict the movement, protect it for a while. Now, protection doesn't mean stopping all movement together. We just deload it and let pain be our guide. Elevation, if we elevate the limb, we're going to reduce the buildup of bleeding and swelling in the area. That sounds good. Avoid anti-inflammatories. Anti-inflammatory medications and ice, we try to dampen the inflammatory process. Again, inflammation is our first part of the healing process. And all this good stuff happens. So if we're stopping it, we're delaying the healing process. So let's avoid anti-inflammatories in this early stage. Compression, so the same thing with elevate, gives it a bit of support and also decreases the build-up of swelling and bleeding in the area. And then education. Make sure your client knows that it's not the end of the world, you will heal, and this is our way forward. Avoid harm, peace and love, everything's going to be okay. Okay, after that first 1 to 3 days, we move away from peace and now we go to love. So we love in our subacute phase. L is for load. So movement is medicine and our tissues respond to stresses placed on them. So if we gradually start to load a tissue, it's going to heal along those lines of stress. It's going to be stimulated to heal and stimulate to grow stronger again. O for optimism. We need to remind our clients that your body is an amazing thing and every other injury is healed and this one will be the same. So we just need to give it time and treat it kindly and we're going to be good as new and even better. Psychological factors like optimism have been shown to be good predictors of positive outcomes following injury. Vascularization, basically this is just a Scott's way of saying cardiovascular exercise. So good, pain-free cardiovascular exercise is going to improve blood flow. Pain-free aerobic exercise is good for our healing. So encourage your patient to undertake whatever form of aerobic exercise that doesn't aggravate their condition. Then E for exercise. Again, movement is medicine. We want to look at range of motion, strength, and proprioception, and building strength before we build speed and power. And our exercise, the loading wants to be gradual and progressive, and this is where the help of a physiotherapist or trainer can be good, because people often don't know how to progress stretches and strength programs and proprioception programs. Most people aren't going to know what proprioception is. And with our exercise, we want to let pain be your guide. Pain isn't our enemy. Pain doesn't mean we're making things worse. It's just our guide as to how intense we want to keep on progressing. So we want to make sure our client is familiar and comfortable with knowing that a little bit of pain that eases away quickly was just a warning sign, and it means no damage has been done. All right, avoid harm, peace in our first 3 days, and then progressing on to love, and then back into it. All right, team, happy studying.